Hello, it's me, JB. Obviously, with me, Santa hat on, Christmas hat on. Christmas has passed. I didn't get time to make a video before Christmas because of all the rushing and everything to get ready for it. Last minute sort of stuff, as ever. So, as I'm speaking to you today, making this video, let me swap my glasses over. Hang on. There we are. Got to have my reading glasses on. As I speak to you today, making this video, it is the 30th of December 2021. So now just a couple of days to New Year's Eve, January the 1st, 2022. Oh, I can't believe that. It's strange saying that, isn't it? 22 years into the 21st century. I mean, when I was a kid, there was cartoons and stuff and Star Trek and all that, 21st century. I thought we were all supposed to be having sort of flying cars by now and taking our meals and things, sort of like single pills, like your roast dinner, your Christmas dinner pill, get all the taste and everything. All supposed to be wearing sort of shiny space suits, weren't we? Silver suits and that, and not really happened, does it, I suppose? Although I wouldn't be able to make this without this wonderful technology here, this little Kindle tablet thing here that I do all my stuff on. I've made a video for my other channel, which is my classical music channel, JB Classical, if you want to check that out. Is the name of that channel. As I said to people over there, subscribers over there, and people who watch the channel there, I'm hoping, if I can get the old ready together, hoping to get a better camera, more HD, some better image, a little clip-on mic, sort of, upscale this channel a little bit, Anyway, this is a New Year's Eve, really, I suppose, edition of JB Blues. And today we're going to cover a bit of blues rock, a bit of classic British, what they like to call, or used to call, pub rock, pub blues, from a pub band, which doesn't do this particular band justice because they're more than your average pub band, and I'm talking about the great Dr. Feelgood, who are Lee Brillo on vocals and harmonica, legendary Wilko Johnson on his Telecaster with his very famous style, his sort of hitting with his, those knuckles there, no plectrum, on his Telecaster that he painted himself, black Telecaster with a red pickguard. You've got John Sparks on bass, and you've got John Martin, also known as, wait for this, the Big Figure, what a nickname, on drums. So that's what you're going to see in a minute. Dr. Feelgood, if you don't know much about them, were blues-based British pub band, as I say, although doesn't do that description doesn't do them justice at all. Who you may know, they're probably more, I can't speak today, they're more well-known songs such as Roxette, Milk and Alcohol were both very commercial, probably the most commercial ones. Back in the Night, Going Back Home, She Does It Right. So what we're going to see today is them in their heyday, really, which is the mid-70s, 75, 76. They got together in 1971. Wilko Johnson, who was the guy on the guitar on the Telecaster, he'd already been playing guitar in sort of bands and things from the late 60s onwards, really. He was an English teacher, believe it or not, around that time, training to be an English teacher and actually working as one before his musical talent took him off to sort of the world of pub blues rock and fame, of course. So we're going to listen to or watch a little clip from their performance at live at Southend Cursal. I think this is from 1975. So we're going to listen to Going Back Home, their performance, and see their performance of Going Back Home. And then I'm going to do a performance again from 1975 on the very well-known, very famous, still to this day, BBC music series, The Old Grey Whistle Test, again from 1975, and that's going to be Roxette, which is perhaps, I would argue, their most, well-known commercial hit, I would have thought, really. So let's kick off with Lee and the boys of the band, as I say, at Southend, 1975, and Going Back Home. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, take it away. Brilliant. Brilliant. I haven't, do you know what? I haven't heard any Dr. Feelgood. I haven't heard that for years. I don't know why. I just don't get. I don't get the time to listen to all the stuff that I've got and used to listen to and used to love to. And the iPod too. They don't do iPods now, do they? I used to have an iPods for years, and they sort of stopped making them. They make a really expensive one now. It looks like an iPhone, which I can't bloody afford. I mean, you can. It's like 200 quid or something, or something stupid like that. So iPod, and I haven't got one now. So, I don't really listen to anything, Paul, because I don't have a phone. I can't afford an iPhone. Not everyone can, you know what I mean, or a smartphone. I haven't got one. Can't afford it. So I just don't get to listen to the music like I used to on the bus and walking about and around the house doing jobs. So it's a shame. But that was great. I really enjoyed that. Been a long time. You can get that on DVD. I used to own the DVD actually, and there's also a really good, excellent, award-winning documentary. I think by a director called Julian Temple. I think, I could be wrong. Again, I used to own it at the DVD, and it's basically all about Dr. Feelgood. If you're interested in finding out more about them, it's got interviews with the band. I mean, Lee's no longer with us, unfortunately. I'm not sure if Wilco is. I'm not sure who in the band's left with us anymore, to be honest. Unfortunately. But that was great. So if you want to check out and find out more about them, I highly recommend that. Obviously, there's lots of great clips on YouTube you can sort of find. So now let's move on to our second performance. Again, as I say, from the Old Grey Whistle Test, Rock Set. You'll probably, as soon as you hear this, you'll probably know it, likely know it, if you're of a certain age. And this is 1975, so the same sort of time what we've just seen in Southend, but this obviously is now in a studio in front of BBC cameras. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, take it away.
Somebody hold you tight. A rock set. I wondered who it could be. It was so dark I couldn't see them, but I know it wasn't me. When I tell you it ain't right, I know you got to agree. Yeah. I followed you into a show. The band was playing rock and roll. Sing you out. The music played so loud that I could hear it through the crowd. He was telling everyone about it, you got you down. You know what you stand there, baby? You shouldn't have done it that good, you know. You're gonna get a little mad with you. Yeah. I gotta go away and leave you for a couple of days. But Rock said, I don't want no more rocket tricks. I'm gonna get some concrete mix and fill your back to rubber bricks. And you better be there with me when I get my business next. You better be there waiting, baby, when I get back. Give it. Hey.
unbelievable. Again, really, really, really enjoyed that. I haven't seen that for heard that for years. Um, yeah, I'll just love Lee. I just love Lee's. You know, he's not playing at it, is he? He's not pretending. You know what I mean? You can see it in him. You can hear it in his voice. You know, he's really, really in the moment. I'll tell you what. If I walked into a pub and I saw any heard anything that sort of quality, you know what I mean? I'd be very, very, very happy. Um, of course, one of the famous things about Lee as well, you might have noticed from both clips, is he was famous for wearing a sort of a cream suit, cream jacket or cream suit. And if you notice in the first clip, the Kursalins having, he was also famous for having a filthy, dirty cream suit. Because I don't know if you noticed, but his knees were sort of black. And his elbows and it's like I think someone once said it's like he sort of he got stuck on the way to the gig and Lee's got underneath the van to have a tinker and fix it. He's filthy filthy dirty, so he's quite famous for that, quite well known for that. Actually quite a good harp player. And I love Sparko and Wilco sort of moving back and forth. You know, that's another sort of classic thing about Dr. Feelgood that we're famous for. And a very relaxed drumming, no nonsense drumming of John Martin, the big figure. So I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was. If you didn't know about Dr. Feelgood before, I'd be interested to know what you think after now seeing them and hearing them for a couple of songs. Please do comment down below. Tell me what you think. If you've always loved them, if you were around at the time. What makes me laugh about this is the mid-70s. In Britain in the mid-70s, you got this going on, right? Usually in sort of work, because these guys, Dr. Feelgood, all the Lee and Wilco, they're from a place called Canvey Island in Essex, right? Which is sort of outside of London, but in the southeast of England. And exactly the same time, 1975-ish, you've got this stuff. You've got on the telly, to give you a sort of a background, on the telly you've got things like The Good Life, which is like again BBC. BBC are making things like Old Grey Whistle Test with Dr. Feelgood on. At the same time, they're making sitcoms like The Good Life, which, if you do or don't know, is sort of set in a place called Surbiton. Yeah, I think in London, which is like a very upper class, posh, lifeless, extremely conservative part of London, where it's the suburbs basically, Surbiton suburb, suburbia, but like I say, very upper class sort of place, all classical music, none of this sort of stuff, all completely anti-working class. It's very, very posh people, and that's the sort of tone of the sitcom. They've got a very famous character called Margot Ledbetter, who's like the snob of the piece and that. But even the main protagonists, I can't remember their names are now. Tom and Barbara Good, that's it, sorry, who are supposed to go self-sufficient. They turn their garden into like a sort of a mini farm, so they can sort of live off their own self-sufficiency and all that. And hilarity ensues, depending on what you find hilarious. But this stuff's being made and consumed by the viewing public at exactly the same time as this fantastic stuff's being listened to and consumed by the listening public. I find that just very, very funny from a sort of a social, societal, historical point of view. But anyway, if you were around at the time, if you saw that, I know a lot of you comment down below. Some of you guys and gals are a little bit older than me, that were around at the time and were even lucky enough to see a lot of the bands like Rory Gallagher and maybe Dr. Feelgood at the time live in person. If you did, I'm extremely envious. Extremely envious. You know, lucky you. But if you were there at the time, if you just love the music, please do comment down below. I always read the comments. I always try to respond, and I have to say, doing Dr. Feelgood today for this New Year's Eve edition, I have to thank one of my viewers who posted, I think, a few weeks ago, requesting a bit of Dr. Feelgood, and I thought, absolutely bloody spot on, right? Yes, that's what I want to, for just to kick the new year off. So anyway, happy New Year. I hope you have a fantastic beginning to 2022. Again, feels weird to say. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Keep happy. And just keep enjoying the music. And I'll see you next time on JB Blues. Ciao for now.